Learning of the future will make a shift from a curriculum-driven method to a learner-centered, more personalized approach. The most meaningful and innovative learning will take place outside a traditional learning institution. Learning of the future will be focused on personal, social, and workplace development. In the 2050 learning environment, learners will manage a personal learning portfolio, which will demonstrate skills and experiences across diverse settings. The future of learning will see a distinct focus on personalized learning. This approach will allow students to choose a path based on their interests, skills, and wishes for the future. In the future, personalized learning will adapt content to suit the learner. This adaptation should result in lower dropout rates and higher levels of engagement. To allow for a custom-made learning experience, learning will need to be flexible and promote the integration of many learning sources and experiences. Learning environments in the future will promote learning as a continuous lifelong approach, as opposed to one with a fixed endpoint. A lifelong approach will become crucial as people are expected to remain in the workforce longer and change professions more frequently than in the past. In the 2050 learning environment, continuous learning will be critical to allow for the upgrading and attainment of skills required to succeed in an ever-changing workforce. In the future, learning coaches will be responsible for designing effective learning opportunities and facilitating their progress. Mentors will continue to be essential to learning, but will move towards proficiency in pedagogy as opposed to a specific content area. Community members, workplace experts, parents, and learners will coach through mentorship and sharing expertise. In the future, technology will allow learning teams to extend past the boundaries of traditional learning spaces. It will encourage understanding of cultural experiences and environments by connecting learners with different geographical locations but similar interests. Technology will play an integral part in the learning of the future. Mobile devices will make learning accessible at all times on any device. Mobile devices will become the platform of choice as they will support all learning applications, including video conferences, interactive learning environments, and social networks. Instant messaging will be used in the future for communication amongst learners and learning mentors. Instant messaging platforms will allow for efficient responses to questions as well as spontaneous discussions to support learning. Mobile smart devices will allow ubiquitous computing for the future learner. Through the use of sensors, users will connect with smart objects in the real world. Smart device users will be provided with a wealth of knowledge about buildings, current statistics, populations, exhibits, or artifacts. The 2050 learning environment will often take the form of a virtual context. These worlds will allow interaction with others through an avatar, while experiencing contexts and situations that may otherwise not be accessible. Virtual worlds will allow learners to make decisions in a lifelike context without experiencing any of the real consequences. Through virtual worlds, historical artifacts, famous landmarks, and a variety of workplace settings will be recreated, and learners will engage in meaningful, hands-on learning opportunities. Holographic video conferences will allow real-time interaction and connect people who would otherwise be limited by time or geographical location. In the future, learning spaces will become a home base for community-wide systems and networks. They will come forward as sites for promoting academic growth, as well as environmental, community, and learner well-being. Learning spaces in 2050 will be redesigned to adequately support a collaborative, cross-curricular approach. They will be open, airy, light, and desk-free. Learning spaces in the future will promote environmental sustainability and community development. In 2050, efficient renewable energy sources will be integrated into building designs. Campus apps will widely be used to ensure the security of learners. Mobile devices will allow networks to pinpoint when learners are moving throughout the space and allow them to connect with fellow learners and mentors. 2050 learning will encompass more than the learning system itself, as formal learning becomes only a piece of the experience. In the future, learning opportunities will extend beyond learning spaces and into communities, workplaces, and virtual worlds. Learning zones in the year 2050 will aim to equip learners with a range of knowledge and the skills to apply it as they move through life. The learning environment of the future will offer flexible learning paths to extend learning opportunities, focus on real-life skills, and better prepare learners for their future life.